You're naked. You're sitting in a pothole in the middle of the street. It's sleeting and snowing. And you shoot up. And you might as well be in heaven.
The thing about heroin is it takes all pain.
It felt like nothing.
You just are out there somewhere.
It felt like everything was gone.
It doesn't matter where you are, what's going on, what's happening. You're in bliss.
But wherever you were when you started, it's worse when you come back. And I had been there quite a while.
You don't think about much when you're a junkie. You think about getting your next fix, that's all.
The body acquires a physical dependence on opiates. More and more is needed to produce the same effects.
I was looking for my next drug.
You think about who you're gonna have to hustle.
Sleeping with guys who would get me drugs.
What are you gonna have to steal?
Sticking up drugstores and robbing banks.
To these addicts, life's only work is to find money for drugs.
Just take the money and run.
You're gonna end up in jail.
I used to actually go down to Mexico and bring it across the border.
Scared shit every time.
I can't do this anymore.
I won't survive prison.
Fuck this, I ain't doing this no more.
I kind of had it with being a drug addict.
I gotta get out of here.
I gotta get myself under control.
I made a decision to do something.
No one had been able to stay clean unless they were like just literally locked up.
There was no treatment. There was no treatment.
People didn't know what to do.
I signed myself into a nut house.
All the doctors, all the psychiatrists, all the psychologists all said the same thing. Once a junkie, always a junkie.
They gave me Thorazine, which I took one time and told them I didn't want anymore. That was worse than heroin.
I was trying to figure out ways to kill myself.
I'm not going to shoot dope, I'm not going to shoot dope, I'm not going to shoot dope.
I was at the end of my rope.
Because I didn't see any out.
And then we heard about Synanon.
Synanon House in Santa Monica. A house for addicts run without doctors by former addicts. Synanon is new and unique. Some authorities cannot understand or approve its unorthodox ways.
You kick cold. No doctors, no psychiatrists, no psychologists.
But somebody was there with you holding your hand 24/7.
Somebody who has been through what you've been through.
The motto is criminal A helps criminal B.
But everybody in this house has been in the same shape you're in. A lot of habits kicked on the couch.
The addicts were keeping themselves clean.
Criminal A helps criminal B.
Addicts helping addicts.
Which made more sense to me than a bullshit medical doctor or psychiatrist. You know, that I knew didn't give a fuck about me.
One day I was thinking about leaving, and you told me you would slug me if I leave.
You look at people who've managed to extricate themselves, and the stuff they tell you, you're trying to grab hold of it.
Because I know that at one point we were both the same kind of asshole.
This kind of amazed me, you know, a little bitty fella who knew nothing about me, all of a sudden, wanted me, made me feel belonged or something.
And it benefits the person reaching back just as well.
criminal A. Helps criminal B help criminal A.
It keeps you in touch with the peril that you were in.
I'm going to do everything I can to keep you here, I know.
The peril that you could still be in if you allowed yourself to slip back into it.
The focus wasn't on getting off of drugs. The focus was on fixing your character.
Synanon was doing things that nobody else was doing.
We were cutting edge.
The core was the game.
This is the core of the Synanon movement. A Synanon game might start with the players seated in comfortable chairs. Then, like the tip-off in a basketball game,
You're a low-life creep.
one of the players shoves a quickly worded indictment at someone across the room,
You're a no-class bastard. That's all you'll ever be.
and the game is underway.
You just couldn't threaten anybody, get out of your seat.
Like any game, okay, it has rules.
And you couldn't be loaded.
No drugs or alcohol, and no physical violence or threat of physical violence.
But anything else you could say.
What are you talking about, man?
A complainer and a whiner and a baby.
What are you, a silk sheet dope fiend?
Start whining and screaming when you don't get enough attention.
Drug addicts need a 2x4 upside the head.
They appreciate a brisk, honest.
It sounds stupid, but drug addiction is a stupid disease.
There has not been one single person who split from Synanon. There hasn't been one stayed clean, baby, not one.
I believe because I have faith in myself, you know.
You had faith in your
We screamed at each other and raged at each other and called each other all kinds of names.
I got a pay for you. I got a pay for you. You bring it back 2 months like a little baby. Really? I want.
You could go and blow your soul, man. You could say whatever you want to whoever.
You could say the unforgivable.
You fucking stool pigeon motherfucker.
Ain't no big thing. No, don't tell me that.
So what?
Your life is right on the door. And your mother sent you back here.
You're exploding and yelling and screaming and cursing because once you don't have the drugs, all of a sudden there's all of these feelings that have been buried.
Screaming and yelling, I got all of that anger out of me. And then I was able to start seeing myself.
I've got a problem with people.
What I'm trying to learn is to have some warmth. I don't know how.
You know, a lot of times I don't feel like saying anything. I feel like just going, pow.
I feel like there's so much time I've wasted, you know.
Why hide who's down there? Why hide the worst parts of you? Why not let them get put out on the table and explored? You might find something that'll change your life.
Synanon was working.
You would see this transformation, and it was incredible.
I'd seen people literally change their lives.
I had been resurrected, reborn.
I was just totally a new person.
A miracle. The miracle on the beach.
I was somebody else, and I was me.
I used to be a drug addict, but I'm not anymore.
Synanon was the first place that said something was possible.
Right here. A couple thousand people were doing it.
People that knew everything about me, the good and the bad, and still accepted me.
It was like living in paradise, utopia.
Is it possible? It's happening right here.
We're going to experiment with this possibility and see where it takes us.
I would have been there the day I died if things hadn't gone the way they went.
When you're an addict, you will do anything to delude yourself into basically coming all the way back around to being able to use again.
And unfortunately, there were some people who just couldn't help themselves.
There were people high up in the organization that fell and wound up using.
It began with alcohol.
I know how I can rationalize this. I'll get everybody to do it.
The whole thing escalated.
Everyone was drinking.
What the fuck is this?
You can't give drugs to an addict. You can't give booze to an alcoholic.
What the fuck? What is this? Where am I, man? This ain't Synanon.
We fucked up, man.
People relapsed, which was not a good thing.
I was in a blackout. I, sick as a dog, got up the next morning and did it again.
Threw up in the spa.
What the fuck, man? It was like a Twilight Zone.
It was really out of control.
This is addictive behavior and it's going south.
What the fuck is this place turned into, man?
I mean, I saw person after person just go down the tubes.
We betrayed the idea of what it was we were supposed to be doing. And that's sad.
It's something I learned in Synanon. The price of liberty is eternal vigilance.
There's that monster always inside of you that will always be there for the rest of your life. I know that. Always waiting, never sleeps, looking for that little chink in the armor, man, so that he can stick his ugly head out.